president's team about security. She's in Aurora, Colorado tonight. Good evening, Aisha.
Right, good evening to you. That's right. The Trump campaign is asking the White House to direct the Secret Service to elevate the security detail, essentially, of the former president for these final weeks of the campaign. And they are citing some serious and credible threats from Iran. Tonight, Fox is learning the Trump campaign is making specific security requests for the GOP nominee that includes vehicles like the Beast, the bulletproof car that's used for the president, motorcade drivers with tactical experience, and even temporary airspace restrictions, all over threats by Iran. Congressman Mike Waltz tells Fox he wrote a letter to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, and Acting Director of the Secret Service Ronald Rowe, warning that Iran is actively trying to kill President Trump. Waltz is also requesting a C-17 or C-40 for Trump, military aircraft with defense capabilities in case of a missile attack. President Biden would ask if he approves the request for military aircraft.
Look, well, I've told the department to give him every single thing he needs for any other, as he were sitting president.
This state has to flip Republican. It has to.
It comes as Trump takes the campaign trail through Aurora, Colorado, where he announced a federal program called Operation Aurora to detain and deport illegal migrant members of the Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang.
Kamala has imported an army of illegal alien gang members and migrant criminals from the dungeons of the third world.
The town came under the spotlight this summer when this video went viral over a group of migrants taking over an apartment on the southeast side. Police have not yet confirmed any ties to the Venezuelan gang, but they also don't have all of the suspects in custody yet. Republican Mayor Mike Coffman tells Fox the problem is, quote, grossly exaggerated, and that the incidents were limited to several apartment complexes in a city of 400,000. And Democratic Governor Jared Polis is pushing back altogether on Trump's rhetoric tonight, saying that Aurora is safe and that crime citywide is down. But Brett, although crime is down citywide, Fox News found out that there has been an increase in aggravated assaults, particularly in that area of those apartment complexes where we saw those migrants. Brett?
Aisha, thank you. If you look now, considering where the average of polls are, that gives us some sense of where the Electoral College stands tonight. And that's really the difference, and that's how you win the race. 270 is the number you have to get to. These yellow states are the toss-up states that we've talked about. And as we stand in this what-if scenario, 225 to 219 here. Now, if you take the Real Clear Politics average of the recent polls as of tonight, now understanding that some of them are 1 point, less than 1 point, a couple points within the margin of error. But if you said tonight was the election, Kamala Harris would win in Nevada. She would win in Wisconsin. She would win Nebraska's district there, 242 to 219. As of tonight, however, Donald Trump would win Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, and he would win in Pennsylvania. 296 to 242, and he would be the 47th president of the United States. When you see these articles, Democrats are very concerned about where the trend is going. This is one of the reasons, because they look at the possibility of that sweep of the Rust Belt and the Sun Belt. But that sweep could favor the former president even more. A new Wall Street Journal survey out today shows him leading Harris in Nevada by 6 points. That would give the former president a razor-thin edge in the Real Clear Politics average of polls. And in our what-if scenario tonight, we would award him Nevada's 6 electoral votes, making the new outcome 302 for Trump, 236 for Harris, and increasing Democratic jitters. Vice President Harris was in Arizona earlier today, another one of the key battleground states. Correspondent Bill Malugin is in Phoenix tonight.
I know we are going to win this election, and it is not going to be easy.
Vice President Kamala Harris making a campaign stop in the crucial battleground state of Arizona today.
So when we think about what's at stake in this election, well, it's packed with some stuff.
Last night, she participated in a Univision town hall in Nevada, where she raised eyebrows with this comment.
So I will put my record up against anyone in terms of the work I've always done and will always do to ensure we have a secure border.
While Harris is out west, her surrogates are teeing off on Trump.
Those guys, all they know about manufacturing is manufacturing bull.
Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago.
Tim Walz appeared on ABC this morning, explaining why he was out of step with his running mate on wanting to eliminate the Electoral College.
The point I'm trying to make is that there's folks that feel every vote must count in every state.
So that's something that you and President Harris disagree on?
She's been very clear on this, and the campaign and my position is the campaign's position.
Meanwhile, former President Obama is worried about what he sees as a lack of support for Kamala Harris from black men, even suggesting sexism may be at play.
Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. That's not exciting.
And former President Trump is going to be here in Arizona on Sunday. That's when he'll be holding his own campaign rally up in Prescott, a couple hours away from here. Obviously, the border is going to play a big role in the state of Arizona this year, and both campaigns have opposite messaging on it. Donald Trump promising mass deportations, Kamala Harris promising to protect dreamers. We'll send it back to you.
Bill, Michigan Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a spokesperson, surrogate for the Harris-Walz campaign, facing some blowback over this strange video with a liberal influencer for that podcast. Take a look at this clip. What's the reaction to all that?
It's a really bizarre video, Brett. So far, we're not hearing any reaction from the Kamala Harris campaign to this particular video, but the Catholic League put out a statement saying they feel it's insulting Catholics all across the country. The reason why? Critics say it's essentially mocking Catholics by pretending to give communion to this liberal podcaster who's on her knees, and Whitmer's feeding her Dorito chip. Whitmer's camp says, though, this is just promoting the CHIPS Act. It's part of a TikTok trend, and that Governor Whitmer is known for using pop culture in her online videos. So that's the latest on that strange video, Brett. We'll send it back to you.
Okay. Bill, thanks. Breaking tonight, Florida tries to recover from the devastation left by Hurricane Milton. More than 2 million people still without power tonight. At least 17 people are dead, according to authorities in the southeast. The storm leaving many homes and buildings damaged or destroyed. Residents are returning home tonight, and the state's vital tourism industry is beginning to emerge as some of those theme parks in Florida reopen. Coastal areas of southwest Florida were particularly hard hit. Brandy Campbell of Fox Weather is in Fort Myers, Florida tonight with the latest. Good evening, Brandy.
Oh, good evening, Brett. Many residents across Florida are now cleaning up after Hurricane Milton spun tornadoes in 2 communities. It's also the blame for at least 6 of 17 deaths now reported across Florida. The home you see behind me, its roof partially ripped off while a man was inside with his pets. They're okay, but this is one of many impacts Floridians now face.
Picking up the pieces, Florida residents realize there's months, possibly years worth of cleanup and rebuilding after Hurricanes Helene and Milton.
We're going to rebuild. We're going to come back. We're not going to play the victim and lay down. It's going to be years. It's going to be years, I'm sure.
Others have had enough.
I don't see any point in staying anymore. I can't do this again. I can't lose everything again.
While bridges to the barrier islands reopened, many homes there don't have power or water, if they are even still standing. America's Newsroom anchor Bill Hemmer is there.
Here in Bradenton Beach, just south of Tampa Bay, one island, 2 weeks, 2 different devastating storms. And for the first time, the residents who call this island paradise were allowed to come back and see what is now left.
Further inland, people are still being rescued from their homes as waters continue to rise. More than 1,600 people and 140